Joining us is one of the most prolific sportsmen in India and the captain of the Indian football team, fresh after winning the SAFF Championship 2023, Mr. Sunil Chhetri. Thank you so much for joining us and many, many congratulations on the championship title, Sunil.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Sunil, can you describe that feeling of the final moments in the penalty shootout with Kuwait? What was going on in your mind? What was discussed in the team room? And then eventually, when it all happened, ninth title out of 14 editions of SAF Championship, how did you do it?
Well, at the exact moment, I think we were quite nervous. Uh, After the first nervy first half, I think we were a little bit dominant in the second half. We wanted to win the game in the regulation time only. We did not want the game to go to the penalties because we had a long game 3 days back in the semi-finals also. And also, when the other team has seen you taking penalties, it gives them the edge. And we wanted to finish it before, and we had our chances. We couldn't capitalize on them. Nevertheless, I think we as a team kept our nose better than the other team. This SAF championship was a little bit different and important because two teams, uh, Kuwait and Lebanon, were invited,
Yes.
which are different. And without demeaning the SAF region, I can also say a little bit better. Uh, and the stats shows it because both the teams were in semi-final and finals. And to win the SAF Cup against not only the SAF region but also Kuwait and Lebanon makes it that much special. Winning it at Bangalore makes it more special. The way fans turned up was outstanding. Uh, I'm not sure whether a lot of people understand, but at Bangalore, seeing 80K Mohun Bagan, seeing East Bengal, seeing Manjapara, Kerala banners coming and supporting the country was special. The the chants and the songs and the way people were happy after the game was special. So I think, yeah, we had a good night. Everyone who came there to watch us and who were watching on telly had a good night. So yeah, it feels good.
And I actually wanted to speak to you about the fans there in the stadium singing Vande Mataram all together. It was a beautiful sight to see. But for those of us who were not there, present in that moment, savoring that moment, could you be able to describe it in words what it meant? And does that what it means to represent India at international level?
They very lovingly forced me and my teammates to sing along with them. It was not scripted. It was not on the cards. But when they are very famous for singing different chants for players, for moments and stuff like that. We had no idea this will come. We had no idea it will come in the right place in the right time. We were all charged up. We had just won, and hearing them sing that song so loud just made and forced us lovingly to sing it. All the boys were singing the song, and it was outstanding. When a stadium vibrates with one song and one of the most favorite songs of ours, it was good, man. We couldn't stop ourselves from singing, and we kept singing throughout the night.
Well, absolutely. It was very beautiful to see as well. Sunil, can you talk to us about Gurpreet's performance yesterday in the final? He was very, very important for the Indian team, and many are now calling him the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he's not important now. He has always been important.
Yes.
I also want to take this opportunity to speak about Amrinder, who is also our goalkeeper, who also had a great tournament. But yes, yesterday and the semi-final was a lot about Gurpreet. Uh, People are calling him the wall, and they are pleasantly surprised. I am not. That's the kind of standard he sets for himself. For us, he just did what he does generally in training. He's that good, and we always count on him, and we were always confident, even though we wanted to win the game in normal regulation time, but when it goes to penalties we always think that we have a slight upper hand because we have Gurpreet and Amrinder, and yesterday and the same final was Gurpreet's, and yeah, I think people are calling him rightly the wall.
Sunil, I'm sure you've been asked this before, but I also want to know from you as time passes by, what is it that keeps Sunil Chhetri going?
Good food, a lot of sleep, uh, drink a lot of water. On a serious note, I love this sport. I love being who I am. I'm too privileged. I My life is very easy. The only thing that I have to do is get up and play. So I try my best to go and give whatever I have. I genuinely and I honestly, without being I mean, I'm saying it in a very nice, straight way that my life is very easy. A lot of people work really hard for me to go and play. So if even that I can't do with all my heart, तो लानत है मेरे पर. So I just go there. Some days I win, some days I lose, but I make sure that I give everything that I've got onto the pitch because that's the only part that I do. Rest everything is taken care of, and I live a very privileged life.
And Sunil, this question is for all the Sunil Chhetri fans. Have you taken a decision regarding your career? Are we going to see more of you? You've spoken about this before, that the day you feel the petrol is finished, you are not going to do it anymore. So what is, the stand right now as far as Sunil Chhetri's career is concerned? And, if you'd like to tell all your fans.
I hope I had a definite answer, but I think I am closer to my retirement than what I was 2 years back. It might sound cliche, but that's the way I feel. I've never sat down and have given it a thought because I'm enjoying it. Competing and being right at there with the numbers is not a problem. I'm motivated. I feel to get up every day in the morning and go and challenge and fight. And I think the day that doesn't come naturally, that's the day I'm going to call it. And I sadly I don't have a date on my mind in my mind. There are many things why a sports person plays sports, out of which a lot do not make much of difference to me now. The fame, the money, the adulation, all these things are good, but they don't drive me anymore now. And only because, as I said, I'm privileged. I've had enough. But I think just the love for the sport, that the adrenaline before a game, the camaraderie, the Vande Mataram yesterday, all these things is what really keeps me going. And till the time it does, until the time I can affect the team in a positive way, I'll be here. The day I'm not, I'm gone.
And Sunil, do you have a message for all the people who are, beginning to love the sport of football, who want to take up the sport, who want to look up to you as well? Football, of course, has grown by leaps and bounds in this country as well. There have often been comparisons with other sports as far as we talk about the popularity of this sport. In your years, I mean, the sort of progress that has happened in the last few years, how do you see that?
First of all, I would humbly correct you. The most popular game in India is football. The most popular game in any state, any country throughout the world is football. The difference is many of us who are football lovers do not watch or indulge in domestic football. And that's a task that the fans and us, the players, have to narrow the gap. We have to keep performing well so that they can keep putting a little bit of interest to us, and slowly, thoda up, thoda hum, and we'll come closer. But there is no doubt in my mind that football is the most popular game in the country and in the world. If you see normal kids, girls, boys, old, everyone gets up at 1:30 a.m., watch Liverpool, Chelsea, Champions League, Barcelona, everything. The kind of knowledge and data that Indians have about football around the world is, I think, second to none. So I think football, the popularity of the game is not a problem in our country. It's just that domestically we have
But
to.
don't you think the popularity is more about the club system in football that happens in foreign countries and less about the Indian football? That's where my question was coming
Yeah,
from.
it is, and there is a reason. There's a reason for that. Whenever you consume any data, you will want to consume the best. So if somebody has 2 hours time in a day to watch football, why wouldn't he watch Lionel Messi and Ronaldo? And why would he watch a domestic game? The patriotism kept aside, it is very easy to watch the best in the world. You will never watch, let's suppose, in a country who hasn't started playing cricket, you're not going to watch them. You rather watch a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli because they are probably the best in the world. Same for football. If you have only 2 hours, 3 hours in a day, everyone is trying to make their life, and there's very little time to consume data. Why wouldn't they want to watch Lionel Messi and Ronaldo and Mbappe's? So slowly we have to bridge the gap. We got to do our own job as players, try to be better and make it more attractive, and the fans will join in. You can see it slowly, you can feel it, I can feel it.
Yes.
Slowly it's turning, and it'll come. But it's only going to be because we have to increase our quality, and the fans have to be a little bit more kinder. Not because there is no interest of football or something like that. Football is the most popular game in the country.
Yes. Well, Sunil, thank you so much for your time and speaking to us, and wishing you all the very best for all the future tournaments.
Thank you so much, Kashima. Take care.